Hi, I'm Merrick D'Amato.
And I'm Classic Gamer.
And fuck, the Revolution logo is still very loud. And, as promised at the end of Angel of Death, it's time for Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars, the Director's Cut.
Yes. A game that when we first started this marathon,
Urged me not to do.
yes, I encouraged you to do the original because I thought it would be a good idea to experience the original first and then see what they changed and how they changed it.
Now, we are not going to do the whole use every item on everybody thing as George, because we've already seen all the jokes. That's fine. We will do it as Nico, however. But George, we're gonna let George just play normal. So without further ado,
there are some things that are a little bit different in this version. I think like the deaths. I think you can't always die as easily. You can still. I think, for example, in the hotel, you can't exit when you've got the item that you go there for. So the game prevents you from leaving. So it does pretty much cut out the deaths. But I think, obviously, some deaths are still in there. You can't really cut out one particular scene.
Indeed.
In Syria, yes. And those who know the game will know who I mean. But anyway.
But without further ado...
It's the new voice actor as well for Nico, by the way.
Oh. It's still Rolf Saxon for George, though, so...
Yes, it is.
Paris. City of love, romance, and dreams. So they say. I used to say it too. But ever since that day, the day of the murder, I've always associated my beloved Paris with death.
Updated cutscenes from the original game with the bird flying off the gargoyles.
Neil Breen?
That bird animation is really weird.
Well, they cited Neil Breen as working on this. Do you know Neil Breen?
No.
He's one of the worst filmmakers of all time.
Oh, fair enough. I don't know what he did in the game.
He did something. I hope it was on the same Neil Breen.
I was at home having a bath when my editor called.
Collard, get your ass over to the Palais Royal now. You got an interview.
Why is your editor not
Pierre
French?
Carchon. Yes, the Pierre Carchon. No photos, so leave your gear at home. He asked for you personally. Don't ask me why. Anyhow, this could be big, so if he makes a pass, don't forget. Just smile, say yes, and keep taking notes.
So charming and so very apt. Pierre Carchon was a media king, a national hero, and one of the most infamous adulterers in Europe. He and his wife Imelda were just one step down from royalty. Whoa, I hate mimes. But unless you humor them, they don't go away. Here I was, the palace of the Media King and the Ice Queen. I pressed the doorbell and set in motion a chain of events which would change my life forever.
Yes? What is it?
Madame, my name is Nico Collard. I'm here to see Monsieur Carchon.
Come up, we're on the first floor.
Madame Carchon, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, I'm sure.
The Ice Queen was certainly living up to her reputation. Will you be staying for the interview?
Mademoiselle, I know little of my husband's business affairs, and I care even less. I certainly have no intention of watching him pore over yet another pretty little journalist.
Pretty. You're too kind, madame.
The talented and very beautiful Mademoiselle Collard. Such a pleasure to meet you at last.
Monsieur Carchon, I am honored.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
Call me Pierre, please. But I do not flatter you idly. I was a friend of your father. He was a great man.
My father, he never mentioned.
He and I were very close. And then his death. So tragic. I must... Imelda, your damned cat's in my study again. Another Ming vase, I suppose. Excuse me for one moment, my dear girl.
You journalists are getting younger each year.
Perhaps it's the rest of the world getting older, madame. That was no cat. My God, what? Monsieur Carchon!
Oh, Jesus.
He's dead. I must call the police. You'd better stay here.
There was a man. It was the mime. Do you think he...
Well, I believe we can rule out suicide, don't you?
No wonder they called her the Ice Queen. She would have been top of my list of suspects if I hadn't seen the attacker myself. And if I hadn't come across a couple of murders just like this already. One of the most important men in Europe murdered. And here was I, Nico Coulard, alone at the scene of the crime. Should I wait for the cops? Or start my own investigation? It was a no-brainer.
So
in the
right off the bat, I am not a fan of the new animation style.
well, you know how they were talking with their lips moving?
Yeah?
Well, wait till you actually have in-game conversations.
I
And
don't
until-
mean that. I mean the actual, like, weird CGI of the characters moving around the world.
Hmm. So you got it's a new kind of a whole new sort of system now. So you can you might want to turn on subtitles as well if you want to do that. I think it might be under audio, possibly. Okay, maybe not. Maybe there are no subtitles in this.
There are not.
That is very strange. Or maybe they're just not in the I don't know. So the question mark at the bottom right is hints.
Ah,
Mimes and guns don't usually go together, but I had an idea that this was no ordinary mime. I'd come across this murderer before and written about him. The costume killer, at least that's what I'd called him. It was one of my hair clips. My favorite, in fact. It must have fallen when I was knocked down.
you have a favorite hair clip?
Some people hate searching corpses for clues. Me, I'm okay with it. Reminds me of an old boyfriend.
Okay.
In his pocket, I found a ticket stamped Bateau de la Conciergerie. Taking the ticket meant I tampered with the evidence. There was no going back now. Carchon had been shot.
Oh, we knew that.
I closed his eyes. It was the least I could do for the poor fellow. I had closed his eyes. Rigor mortis hadn't set in yet.
You can't
I
reopen
opened
it.
his eyes. I closed his eyes. It was the... I opened his eyes. Best to leave the crime scene as I found it. I opened... I closed it. I opened his eyes.
God, that's
I
really
closed
weird,
his
mate.
eyes.
Look, he's alive.
It was the least I could do for the poor fellow.
So in the cutscenes, when it's got that little fast forward symbol in the bottom right,
Yeah.
that's skip the cutscene. So don't click it.
We won't be doing it.
No, I know. I'm just saying in case you did it by accident and didn't mean to.
But you see, I don't like the model, the character
A
models.
bust of Pierre Cauchon, humble servant of La France.
I mean,
The bookcase was filled with obscure first editions. Pierre Cauchon again. His eyes seemed to follow me around the room. A small round piece of glass had been cut out of the pane. This was a professional job. I didn't want to cut myself and leave blood on the glass. Call me old-fashioned, but I like to keep my DNA to myself.
Fair enough. That's that.
so you can look for hints if you do get stuck in the
This
bottom
was
right.
the work of the mime. Unless the cat was in on it too.
Cat's definitely in on it, trust me.
Your original 18th century high security window handle. The killer must have used a ladder to reach the window. He was long gone. Guess he folded that ladder up, popped it in his pocket and took it with him.
Not so impossible as you may think, considering this is an adventure game, Nico.
True. I don't think there's anything else in this room. When I was playing through this on my phone a little while ago, I actually forgot to pack the hair clip. So the fact you noticed that on your first
Pierre Cauchon was
examination
stiff for the
was really
last
good.
time. The police could turn up at any minute. Somewhere there were clues to the murder, and I needed to find them. A medieval pageant. Original, no doubt. The tapestry must have cost a fortune. A Louis XIV table with an antique cloth. Imelda had taste. But hey, with a husband that rich, taste is easy. A beautiful cloth had been draped over the table. It was embroidered with an unusual cross.
Interesting.
I reckoned that cloth might just turn out to be useful. Even my fingernail wouldn't fit into such a small hole.
What have you got in your inventory that can help you?
Aha! Nico, you are just so damn good at this stuff. Instead of comforting Imelda, I was ransacking her flat. Why? Because there was something going on here, and I had to get answers before the cops arrived. And hey, she'd been rude to me, so she had it coming.
Hey, that's still illegal, though.
I think you could just back out and it will do it. There we go.
It was a tube of acrylic paint. French ultramarine. Just the color I was after for my bathroom.
I'm sorry, I have to go. Someone is...
Young lady, what are you doing? Oh, this paint. It's my favorite color.
For God's sake, keep the damn stuff.
So when you talk to characters, the only thing they will do, instead of like their portraits moving their mouths, obviously their character models move their mouths. But
Imelda had talent,
in
but I
the
certainly
Broken
wasn't
Sword
going to
2,
tell her that.
the remaster, they actually have full mouth animations, even though it doesn't always look the best. But it's still a lot better, I think, than just expressions and stuff like that.
Imelda looked shocked, but still every bit as hostile. Even the telephone was antique. Even the telephone was antique. There was no one I needed to phone, not until I had solved this case. Excuse me, madame.
Yes?
Would you like to see my favorite hair clip?
What a ridiculous question. Of course not.
Huh. Another time, I guess. So, her husband took secret boat trips. Did she really need to see the ticket? You're upset, madame. Please take this.
That is the lace cloth from the table. What can you be thinking?
Imelda might not have been so cool with me poking around if I'd shown her the key I'd found.
The last thing she needed to talk about was paint.
I am so sorry for your loss, madame.
No, you're not. You're a journalist. Journalists don't feel sorry.
Not true.
We shall see.
Why did your husband send for me? What did he want to discuss?
I have no idea. His business was his business.
He never told you anything.
No, and frankly, I preferred it that way.
How did your husband know my father?
I have no idea.
You didn't know him? Thierry Coulard?
Pierre knew a lot of people I didn't know, most of them women.
Why would a mime want to kill your husband?
Pierre had plenty of enemies. Half the husbands in Paris for a start. This is quite a scoop for you. I suppose you're already inventing the headlines.
Just because I am a journalist.
Don't patronise me. You're all cut from the same cloth. Do you have any moral sense at all?
Yes, that's why I do this job.
You do it to see your name in print.
As if my editor gets the byline, I just do the work.
Well, don't expect my sympathy.
The police will be here soon, madame. Is there anybody you would like me to contact? Family, friends?
No, I have no family. Pierre and I were... He was all I had, really. Not much, was it? The dutiful wife. That was my role. He never talked, never let me in.
I know one thing, madame.
What?
If you want to find out who killed your husband, then you let me do the job, not the police.
Why? How do I know I can trust you?
Because I've ransacked your apartment.
Your husband invited me here today because he needed me. I think he knew somebody wanted to kill him, and he knew I could help.
I doubt it was your database he was after.
You're wrong. I was onto his killers already, I am sure of it. Please, you owe it to him.
I don't know.
All I need is a few more minutes to look around before the police come.
You really do have a moral sense, don't you? I trust so few people. And perhaps Pierre really did think that you could help. Of course it wouldn't have stopped him seducing you too. Here, take this. It's the key to the drawing room next to the library at the end of the hall. It was Pierre's room. I rarely went in there. I couldn't. I was too scared of what I might find.
We're going to be playing Nico as a good person
Thank you.
until she meets George
I promise you
Stobart.
won't regret this.
Fair
My
enough.
idea is that George Stobart was the major corrupting force in her life.
Well, we were going to do good things this time for George, weren't we?
Well, yeah, we might. Since this is an alternate universe.
Well, kind of. You can't have to...
Now
Tick
we
and
were
tack.
getting somewhere.
The symbols have changed a little bit, haven't they?
We'll have to drag stuff now. I can't just click on item, click on thing.
Yeah, so sometimes
Painting should the
when
cachons
you try
together.
and drag it
in
to the
love.
item or the
As the
location,
poet said,
it doesn't
the
always
past is a different country.
like
Or
come
did
up
I
on the
read
screen.
that in a fortune
So
cookie?
5 has a little bit of that issue as well.
I think
But
it's the
I'm not-
past is a closed country. You can't go home again.
Aha!
Well, I think it's
There was a
Rome's rule.
small button hidden in the picture frame.
What do you mean hidden?
There was
Well-
the very faintest of clicks.
Unless we have fucking Batman Arkham Asylum detective vision, that is not hidden.
Behind the picture was a safe.
Oh my god, it'd be obviously this.
I don't think you meant to do that, did you?
Well, no, we haven't looked through everything else, and I think that's going to progress this area.
As expected, the desk was yet another priceless antique. Yawn. The blotter and in tray had clearly been placed with mathematical precision. I didn't want to take the tray, but I knew that I could use it. The in tray, like everything else in this place, was beautiful. One day I was going to have an in tray like that, even if I had to sell my apartment to pay for it.
You're insane.
My heart skipped a beat. It was a carved elephant. But not just any carved elephant. It had been made by my father. I knew for certain because in my apartment I had its exact twin, carved into a box he had made. So Carchon had known my father.
They really must have been friends. I decided to take the carved elephant. It clearly meant nothing to Imelda.
Okay, so it's still not yours, but alright.
It was a sheet of blotting paper in a leather holder. Its cracked surface looked ancient, reminded me of its owner. I didn't need a sheet of blotting paper. Not while it was blank.
I think I have everything I need to solve this puzzle now.
Yes. But maybe save the game once you get out the stuff out of the safe.
In the safe was some kind of artifact. There were strange symbols on its surface. It looked like the printer's blocks I'd made at art school. If there was one thing I'd learned about symbols, they are always important. But these symbols scratched into stone were impossible to read. I needed to find a way of printing them. At least the stone was round. But what could I use for ink? And what could I print on? Sure, I was stealing, but I knew Imelda didn't know about the artifact, and Carchon was past caring.
It's still stealing even if you don't know you have it, Nico.
I'd spread blue paint over the bottom of the tray. It was ruined. I was a very bad girl, but also quite a clever one.
It'll take a bit of use to remember to click
I
and drag
rolled the
item.
artifact in the paint until it was completely coated. I didn't need a sheet of blotting paper. Not while it was blank.
There you go.
Genius! The roller and the paint worked just as I planned. But what did it say?
So this is a answer to a puzzle coming up in probably about 10 minutes or so.
Beautiful.
So
A secret message had been printed on the blotting paper.
SDSSDSS.
yeah, if you
It
can
was some
remember
kind
that,
of coded
then-
message. It read, "Sub judice." I may not have learned a lot as a journalist, but that was a term I knew well. It means a legal case that is before the courts. Below it was a sequence of letters that made no sense. I suddenly realized there was a connection between the boat ticket and the coded message. The boat ticket was stamped Bateau de la Conciergerie. The conciergerie on the Ile de la Cité, by the river, housed the ancient law courts. So, sub judice could in this case mean literally under the law courts, below the conciergerie. I was pretty sure I'd found all I could here. And besides, all this opulence was making me pine for my regular life of poverty. This was a huge story. It was also one heck of a puzzle with a lot of pieces missing. But I was going to crack it. And if I could just remember the name of that fancy prize you get for being an ace journalist,
Pulitzer?
I was definitely going to win it this time.
I miss being able
Locked.
to run.
Not surprising, really. It was a back door.
They could have added the running, since it's all new models and everything.
Yeah. But you can, at least if you double click on something, it will then transport you to the next area. So that there is that. There's nothing else on the table, is there? No. Okay. Just wasn't sure. Yeah. So you want to talk to her again now?
It doesn't transport you with double clicking.
Did you find anything
No, I mean
useful?
in rooms.
This carving. Do you know anything about it?
It was Pierre's. What does the statue have to do with...
Please, I need to know.
He was given it by a friend. Something to do with Africa.
He never explained any more.
No. But I think it was important to him, always on display. Why?
It was carved by my father.
Oh, I see. I didn't know.
Imelda, I will do everything I can to find the killer.
Thank you, my dear.
And if the police ask,
Don't worry. You were never here.
sub judice was the key. I was going to have to find a way under the conciergerie. I decided to head straight for the quayside on the Ile de la Cité. If there was a way of getting under the conciergerie, it would have to be from there.
You're going to enjoy this next set of puzzles.
Canchon wasn't the type for messing about on the river. He was up to something down here. Something that got him killed.
You know what I would have been more behind than the director's cut of this game?
What?
Have the cutscene, like some of the major cutscenes with Nico and George, but have the whole game be from Nico's perspective.
Yeah, that
So
could
instead
that
of
could
director's
work.
cut, like Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars, Nico's story.
Yeah, but I think there's a lot, like the scenes that they add in this game show what she's up to in the bits where, like, in between where she sees, like,
Yeah, that's
before
what I
she-
mean. Like have the cutscene, have the cutscenes where she meets George and stuff, and talks to George. But instead of going off to play as George, you go off and play as Nico.
Yeah, I think after sort of like the last time you play as her, I think that's pretty much her sort of little mini story sort of done. They don't really expand on it too much, but they, I don't know.
An old boyfriend of mine owned a barge once. Dampest relationship I ever had. In every way.
Oh my.
This fence was a permanent fixture. The fence wouldn't move. This fence was a permanent fixture. This fence wouldn't move either.
Oh, hello. This looks familiar.
The cross looked familiar.
Nice.
I'd seen it before. It was embroidered on the lace cloth I'd picked up at Carchon's apartment. I knew I was on the right track.
It's also in the message we got.
Rolling out the painted cylinder had given me a print of a secret message. It read, Sub Judice. Below it was a sequence of letters, S, D, S, S, D, S, S. I tried pushing the fence, but it wouldn't move. A strange pair of locks stopped the latches from releasing the gate.
Welcome to your first real puzzle. Just examine the locks. You can't use any items on them.
Ooh.
The idea is to get the thing on that's the hat with the handle
Yeah.
in the middle, from the left to the right.
Can do.
I had a feeling you'd like this puzzle. That's it. You can't move it up because it's been blocked. The ones left and right only move left and right. The ones up and down only move up and down. It's not a bad little puzzle, but the other one's basically the same, but from right to left. think you're on the right track there. He's snoring. This one challenging you a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. I like this.
Try moving the one in the bottom right all the way to the left. Yeah, the one you were just on. Yeah, and then move the toe on there. Yeah, down. Yeah. And then move the one up the top. Right, that one down. Then move the one above that from the left to the right. Then move that one up. Then that one all the way across. Then that one down. Then that one right across. Then that one up. Then that one across. Then that one. I didn't mean that, but I don't know if I'm helping you or not, but it's what? Actually, no, I think, try move, that's it. I think you might have it there. So the one on the far left that's in the top of it is pretty much in the right place. I don't think you need to move that one again, possibly. I'm not sure. I don't think a picture of this, if you are going to get stuck, is really going to help, because I don't think you can reset this puzzle. There you go.
One down, one to go.
Okay.
Good job, mate.
Thank you.
Basically the same idea, but just the opposite.
Yeah.
I thought you might. Actually, move that big large one in the middle, then move that one down there, and then you move... You try. Oh, move the lock across now, and then move the ones above. I was going to say those two, that one down and that one down. Then the one right at the top, move that across. Then the large one up. Does that work?
No, these are the problem.
Try moving that one back, that large one back, and then move the one that's sort of up to the left. That one, yeah, the one. Yeah, move that. What? It's really hard to explain what I mean when I can't point at the screen. I think you might be on the right track there. Right, try and move that one. The one in the bottom right. Move that one up. Yeah, and then move that one that you just on to the left. Now move that one down. That's it. And now move. That doesn't work, does it? No. I think I just might have moved that one down, and then that one, top one up. Then that. Move that one back that you just moved. and then move that one across. Then move that one at the bottom all the way up, and then you need to move that one right at the top across. So you need to move. Move the lock back across again, and then move that one down like that. And that doesn't work, does it? I'm not a fan of this puzzle. Does it reset?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought it didn't reset. My bad. So I think the one you just moved from the bottom, that small one you just moved, that one there, I think you have to get that big rectangle one right at the top out of the way completely, all the way to the left. I think that's what you want to try and do. I think you're on the right track there. Do you believe it or not, I first played this game on the Wii.
That sounds awful.
Oh God, you don't know the half of it. It wasn't that bad. So you want to move that bottom bar all the way over to the left. I think.
I know, but then there's this one that can't be moved, really.
Yeah, so you wanna move that one back, just the lock back slightly, to there, and then move the one next, that big long one, right. Sorry. Move that one up. That's it. If I'm not helping, just say. Oh, I won't. I'll stop. I don't know how, but I worked it out when I played it on my phone not really long ago without too much effort. So it's not the hardest puzzle in the game. So that large one there in the middle that is stopping your pointing that one going sort of up.
Yeah.
That I think you want to. I think that will just fit. No, that overlap the lock, won't it? It overlaps the lock. But if you get it down the bottom, it won't overlap the lock.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't think looking this up is really going to help. No, I think actually no. Move that one to the. That one there. Move that one left, the large one above, and then move. All you need to do is that one in the bottom right, that small one. You just got to move that one along, just one. So then the two at the two there will then be able to move down. But you also need to move it along another one. So you want to move two of those ones at the bottom up. Then move that one down, that one up, yeah. Yeah, I think we're on the right track. I think we're getting somewhere here. And then move then move the small one at the top right, the top right down. Move the big large one down again. The one at the top, yeah, that one. Then move the one that's right at the top of it, all the way to the left, right, and then move that one up. And then no, that doesn't work, does it? Oh, sorry, mate. I thought I was onto something there. Puzzle with him. Bloody pain in the bum. Oh, hold on. Oh no, actually no, that doesn't work. You can move that one there down. Can you move it along a little bit more? If you move that one down, is that... No, it doesn't work, does it? Ah, hang on. I think, did I just work it out there? I can't remember how you had it. We're right back where we started, pretty much, aren't we? We're gonna look at hints.
I don't really want to go resort to that.
There. You've still got that problem. That one at the bottom that's in that space there is stopping that big large one at the top that's in front of your lock at the minute, moving down. That's the problem you've got.
The hint isn't a hint. The hint is a method to skip the puzzle.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's not that's not acceptable.
It's just that bloody one at the bottom.
Yep.
That one there needs to be moved along enough so you can then get the 3 up to move that one all the way along. And I know you can do it. I've done it.
I'm gonna reset it, and you're gonna bring up a walkthrough.
I don't know if the walkthrough is going to help, but I'll have a look. Sorry, excuse my phone. what side are we on? The right or the left?
Right.
I can't. This is not gonna. If I try and read this out to you, it's not gonna help.
Try it. I'm at a loss.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out which one is the right one. Okay, so it's. Okay, reset the puzzle. I'm gonna do my best to help you to work it. Bear with me though as I go through this, because I'm trying to navigate this screenshot. So the one on the what's that saying? Okay, so the one at the bottom, start at the bottom first, on the left-hand one, the left-hand small one. That's it, that one. So that move that down, and move the large one above that across. Then move the lock all the way across. Then move the two little small ones at the top down. Then move the big large one across. Then move the large one up. What? Hang on. Move the large one at the bottom. That one. Move that across. And then move the. So freaking complicated. Move the small one that's blocking the lock. That's the small that. Yeah. Then move that one down, all the way down. Then move the lock back across.
This puzzle's giving me a fucking headache, I gotta say. What's next?
I'm trying to work that out. Bear with me.
Okay.
I can't.
Just read it out.
It's not a readable thing. It's a picture with numbers.
Okay.
What you want to. I'll screenshot it and I'll send it to you, so you can have it on your phone, and you'll see what I mean. It might be best you navigate this rather than me read it out, because it's just going to confuse you otherwise, and I don't. So I think that's the right one. So I've just sent it to you. It's one at the bottom, isn't it? It's one at the top, and then one the one that you can see most of. So if that makes sense to you, if I was doing it myself, I could do it because I could follow it, but it's hard to navigate you and keep track of what I'm doing. I think we were just on basically number 12. I think I just done. If you want to reset, and then you can follow it yourself. If that's easier for you. Yeah, and then try that, and then. Oh no! Actually, no! Move that one down. Move that one across. Move that one down. Move that. And that's it.
Nothing
that's
like a good convent education for honing your lockpicking skills.
As soon as you moved out those small little pieces, I instantly knew what to do there.
Now we've been going a while, and I need to take some acetaminophen. So we're gonna call it for now.
Okay.
Honestly, that gave me a fucking headache.
I didn't think that one would stress you out as much.
if it's the fact that they could only go left or right or up and down. I've never done a slide puzzle like that before.
But it's certainly a challenge, though, isn't it?
Oh god, yes. I hope the next one is a little better. Next puzzle.
Oh, the next one is that, you remember that solution you rolled out on the bottom paper?
SDSS.
Yeah, the next one is basically that puzzle.
Excellent. Anyway, I've been Merrick Tomato.
And I've been Classic Gamer.
And, ciao.
Ciao.
Hi. Thanks for watching. This has been played, edited, and recorded by me, Merrick Tomato.
And he's been helped by me, Classic Gamer.
You can find a link to Classic's YouTube channel, Classics Gamer, and his Twitch in the description below. Please like, comment, and subscribe.